Here we go then for race number 3 of the Ugly & Co. Mini GP and Junior Supermoto. Those riders in the waiting zone right now. They'll be underway in just a few moments. We'll have a look at the lineups just as soon as you get that information from the race control. And right on cue, there we go. Harley McCabe will lead them away with Arnie Carr, Joel Grigg running out the front row, Laken Payne, Lewis Mullen and Zach Weston in 6th place. Luca Wilkinson 7th from Wilson Dilks, Brian Hamilton and Ruben Bray rounding out the top 10. Harvey Lathrop in 11th position from Ollie Sims in 12th. 13th for Daniel Stevenson from Joshua Williams, Tayo Collymore in 15th place, Toby Skaman, Dominic Gardner and Rachel Hamilton in 18th position. No times at the back there for Ozien Thomas and Kobe Garbutt rounding out the 20-rider field. But yet again, quite a few big hitters qualifying well at the front of the field, all well placed, and on a track like this, we could well be in for a thrilling race. The riders just leaving the waiting zone at the moment, making their way out onto the track for their sighting lap. So the Mini GP and Junior Supermoto, this class, another one where they race together, but they are scored separately in 2 separate race classes. Fairly easy to identify the difference between the 2 bikes. The Mini GP, the more of the road racer bike, track racer bike style that you would see the likes of Superbikes, MotoGP and so forth, and the Junior Supermotos, that more upright motocross style, Supermoto style bike. They do tend to have a more upright and outward position with the wider bars that you get on those machines. So you can identify them when they make their way around the track as well. There's a issue on the grid there for, I think it's Lathrop possibly with his hand up, indicating a fault possibly with the bike, just making sure everything's okay. Possibly a couple of last minute checks he's just making there, but everyone starting to assemble into position. Looks like Laken Payne possibly, I think, just having a few last minute alterations, making sure the bike's ready, a few last minute checks, the bike's good to go. Of course, the younger riders have the parents and guardians down on the grid there with the high-vis jackets, just making sure the riders are okay and ready to go. There is one rider hitting some trouble. I think it was the number 15 possibly going back to the paddock, it looks like. So possibly a non-starter, maybe some last-minute alterations and perhaps rejoin the race in a moment. And another rider just hitting a bit of trouble at the back of the grid. I think they've lost the engine, so just getting that bike restarted. Of course, in these hot conditions, the hot 4-stroke engines, they can be a bit difficult to restart once they stall, so getting a bit of a helping hand there to get the bike restarted. This, of course, adds to the tension. Look at those riders on the front 2 or 3 positions. They're all glancing behind them, looking to see what the hold-up is there. It just adds to the tension when there's problems further down the grid they can't see, of course. But I think we're all ready to go now. Riders in the correct positions and the starter's happy. So the green flag goes up. Look out for the starter now making his way to the front of the grid now. We'll wave the flag to let the riders know that we are under starter's orders and to look for the lights on the first corner. It's a light system here at Pembrey. Lights go to red, and as soon as the lights go out, we will be underway. Riders ready, and away we go. Oh, it's a good start at the front there. Everyone getting away well. The top 3 or 4 into the first corner. It's going to be tight into that first corner. Arnie Carr and Joel Grigg well placed. Lewis Mullen, Laken Payne also in the reckoning. They all make their way cleanly through the first 2 corners, heading towards the centre S's for the first time. And I think that may be Harley McCabe that's got the jump. Been a mixed day for him so far, of course. He had a pole position yesterday in the FIM Mini GP and took the first motor win in this class earlier on today. Of course, well, he's the favourite in Mini GP, but seems to hit trouble and looking to fight back with a victory. But here they come through Brooklands hairpin for the first time. So it looks like McCabe well placed, Arnie Carr, Joel Grigg and Lewis Mullen all in there. Here we go then through Carter's Curve. Oh, and Lewis Mullen having a look down the inside there. Here they come up towards Honda for the first time, and it's going to be very close at the end of this first lap. Here they come, the race leaders. And look how close that is. The top 10 riders only covered by a handful of seconds. Very close at the end of the first lap. It's, well, looks like McCabe leads. Grigg second place, Carr in third, Mullen fourth. Wilkinson running up the top 5. Lake and Payne. First of the Supermotos is Zach Weston, the number 35, currently in 8th position. As Arnie Carr has a look down the inside into the centre S's. So Zach Weston leads the junior Supermotos. Harvey Lathrop 11th place, Daniel Stevenson in 12th, making up the top 3 in that race category. Fastest lap of the race, notably, was Brian Hamilton, who's had a very good start to the race, up to 7th place, 1.4 seconds behind this battle for the lead. So look out for the 191 of Hamilton as the leaders make their way back towards Carter's Curve once again. Still as close as ever. 3.5 laps to go, and as you can imagine, this race too close to call at the moment. Still a long way to go, you would say, 3.5 laps, but one rider starting to break away now. Looks very much like the 179 of Harley McCabe, and this will be a very important lap for him as you watch everyone battling through into the hairpin. Brave under braking. McCabe has pulled out a 1 second gap at the front. What McCabe needs to do now, 179, the race leader, is put in a good, consistent, fast lap here and just try and break away from this fierce battle for second place. Now, he did that, of course, in the first race earlier. And there he is, McCabe, your race leader, just trying to break away on the 179. Out to the centre S as he goes, gets on the power. Lets everyone else fight out behind him, but McCabe's got his own track in front of him, just looking to keep it smooth. Very close for second place now. Is that Arnie Carr possibly breaking away in second? Almost, you would say, to paraphrase a cycling term here, a peloton of riders just a bit further behind. One just breaking away now, possibly Arnie Carr as they make their way up towards Honda once again. McCabe leads the way. And here he comes around the final corner. Harley McCabe, your race leader, on the 179, all very close for second place though. They go screaming over the line. So Arnie Carr breaking away slightly, but look at those riders behind him. It's all very close indeed. We've got Joel Grigg, Lake and Payne, Luca Wilkinson and Ruben Bray all moving through the field. Possibly a small mistake there from Lewis Mullen, drops to 8th position. Harley McCabe with the fastest lap of the race, 1:07.215 as he extends the gap to 1.2 seconds. There he goes, charging away. Arnie Carr just trying to break that toe, but just trying to catch up with the race leader. There goes McCabe, your leader. Carr in second, and then it's very close behind him. Joel Grigg, Lake and Payne, Luca Wilkinson, Ruben Bray all in there. Down the speedway straight they go towards Carter's Curve. As down the inside there goes the number 12 of Ruben Bray. Making the move possibly on Lake and Payne in there as well. Here they come up towards the final corner to what will be the last lap of the race. McCabe leads the way. Gap now 1.5 seconds, and look how close it is behind. Fastest lap of the race though is Ruben Bray, the number 12. There he is in shot now. Getting past Lake and Payne. Putting the pressure on Luca Wilkinson. Joel Grigg and Arnie Carr just a bit further ahead. There goes McCabe. So rest of the field made up of Lewis Mullen. Dropping the pace a bit now in 8th place. Zach Weston 9th, first of the Supermotos. Wilson Dilks in 10th place. Harvey Lathrop second of the Supermoto riders in 11th place. Ollie Sims, Daniel Stevenson, Toby Skaman and Tyo Collingwood having a great battle just over the line. And Dominic Gardner rounding out the field. So they're all on the final lap now. And Harley McCabe looking to bring it home as we see all of the action behind here in 3rd place. Arnie Carr just that little bit ahead down second as Joel Grigg, Luca Wilkinson and Ruben Bray all battling for that 3rd place. Lake and Payne, Brian Hamilton, Lewis Mullen and Zach Weston just a little bit further behind. Meanwhile, up towards the last corner, we wait for our leader, and there he is. Harley McCabe round the final corner on the 179, charging down the finish line straight, and will take the checkered flag. Carr in second, a drag race for 3rd. They slipstream over the line. Ruben Bray in the end, though, takes 3rd from Joel Grigg, Luca Wilkinson, Lake and Payne in 6th place. Brian Hamilton 7th, Lewis Mullen in 8th, Wilson Dilks and Zach Weston losing out then into 10th place, but will still take the victory in Junior Supermoto. 5 seconds though covering the top 10. Incredibly close action. Harvey Lathrop 11th place, Ollie Sims, Daniel Stevenson in 13th, and the rest of the field made up of, well, there's a race over the line there from Tayo Collymore, who just snatches 14th place from Toby Skaman, and Dominic Gardner running up the field. But yet again, some pretty close action there. Harley McCabe taking the victory by just over 1.7 seconds, but 5 seconds covering the top 10 riders. Plenty of close race action as the Junior Supermoto 140 and Mini GP riders make their way back to the waiting zone.